Hello, everyone. This is Business Writing and Communication Unit 7. Because of the holiday, we were not able to meet on Monday. So I'm now creating for you this video, which cover the discussion of social media, which is the theme of Unit 7. Now, I think you probably all are quite familiar with social media. In fact, you are more the generation of that. There are a lot of things you probably know even more than me. But I guess I want to give you a structure, how social media is related to other communication channels. Now, first of all, sometimes when we talk about social media, we also include WhatsApp, Signal, WeChat. Strictly speaking, they are apps for sending and receiving messages. Social media, on the other hand, is more about a platform that people post or something, and other people can all see it, and then they can respond to it. For example, like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. Now, not only that social media is commonly used for personal use, but nowadays businesses also make use of social media to communicate with the clients, the customers, or other stakeholders. Now, social media is getting more and more and more popular. In fact, it has totally upset the original structure of our communication channels. Before the emergence of social media, when people try to, for example, promote their products, promote their services, they do it through newspaper, radio, TV. But now, a lot of those traditional media platforms are no longer as powerful because the younger generation, they tend to use social media, which is cheaper, which is even more convenient, and that affects how people come up with their marketing and promotion strategies. Now, Facebook. Sometimes people say that Facebook is more for my generation, okay, which may be true. People and businesses may use it to connect with other people, other businesses by sharing photos, videos, messages. And I think we are all quite familiar with Facebook. Now, Instagram, probably even more popular to you. Users can customize photos, videos with filters and editing tools. Businesses can display their artistic creations to active users worldwide. Twitter now is no longer called Twitter. Okay, it used to be called Twitter, but now being acquired by Elon Musk has been changed. My impression is that people in United States tend to use Twitter more than people in Canada. People can use Twitter to market their businesses, to handle customer services, spread the word, and develop business relationships. Now, LinkedIn is actually very useful as a platform for people to promote themselves or to promote their businesses. Company pages serve to promote products and their services, connect with industry professionals, establish network, attract talented people to join their company, establish thought leadership, and generate prospects and leads. Now, for individuals like you and me, we can actually use LinkedIn to try to get ourselves some opportunities. Don't you know that a lot of employers nowadays have hired their candidates using LinkedIn? We may follow a person, a group, or a company. There's a like function. You can meet new people by using the current context, connect with people by writing and publishing a post. I'm not sure if you have set up your LinkedIn account and your LinkedIn profile. However, I would strongly suggest you to do it because that helps you to develop your career. Unlike Instagram, unlike Facebook, LinkedIn is more for creating opportunities for you, either as an employer or as an employee. Now, in order to create a professional LinkedIn profile, here are some tips. First of all, you go to linkedin.com to create the profile. It is a good idea to come up with a strong headline which can attract attention to your special area of interest or expertise. Now, you don't want to mention that you are a student. I guess when you tell people that you are a student, people may find you not ready for any work, for any job position. To upload a professional picture is also very important because that should increase the likelihood that employers will look at your profile. You want to talk about your strengths, your skills. I know that a lot of you can speak more than one language. You may want to mention that. Claim your name. Customize your URL, which you can share. You may also want to write a professional summary to introduce yourself, your interests, but you want to be specific. Your education and your volunteer projects should also be included. The last but not the least, you also want to collect and give recommendations. So these are some of the tips for you to create a professional LinkedIn profile. Now, there are also some other platforms which some of you may have used. I have to admit, for example, these two platforms, I haven't used them myself, but I've heard from students that they can be very useful. Now, I want you to think about what are the pros and cons of using social media. When we meet next Monday, I want to hear from you any idea. What are the pros and cons? Now, there's a very famous key opinion leader. His name is Simon Sinek. Simon talked about some negative impact of social media. So I'm going to show this video to you next Monday, and hopefully we can use social media in a fruitful way. Chinese used to say the water can carry the boat, but can also rock the boat. Let's hope that we don't let social media to rock our boat, but becoming our friends, becoming useful to us. Another thing about social media that people question is how it makes our world becoming more polarized and how we may fix it. So this is another thing we'll talk about when I see you next Monday. Now, as a company, sometimes you want to make use of social media posts to communicate with your clients, with your stakeholders, with the general public. I remember around 15, 20 years ago, it's very common for people to create their personal blog to talk about themselves, to introduce different things to other people. Now, when we write a personal blog, you may want to start small, be authentic. Try to pick a topic that is familiar and interesting to you. Be creative to build your audience. Stay consistent. If you receive any criticism, try to look at it in a positive way. When people criticize you, some of their ideas may be useful for you to improve your work. There may also be other people who accuse you, who criticize you without any good reason. Now, if it is the case, then you probably don't need to worry too much about it. Be authentic by finding your voice. When you write, especially a personal blog, your writing may not need to be that formal. Now, you want to protect yourself because whatever you post may turn out to be used against you. So try to get rid of any negative content, including pictures, posts, text. Highlight your positive activities and accomplishments. Never assume you are in control of your postings. Have someone you trust check the integrity of your online presence on a regular basis. Set your privacy settings and check them frequently. Some people may set up a Google alert for their name just in case. Think twice before you post anything. Consider subscribing to a reputation management site. Now, if you have time, I want you to take a look of the corporate blog created by Meta, which is the name of the company that creates Facebook and Instagram. Now, this is learning activity 7. Is to write a memo about a recent workplace issue. If you're not presently employed, you may use an issue from an organization to which you belong or make up a scenario. For example, it can be about double booking of the meeting room. It can be that some people do not keep the kitchen clean. Describe the issue and provide a solution to deal with any concerns. Consider the purpose of the memo, the type of issue, the audience, and whether it is appropriate to present it as a memo. In other words, select a situation that is suited for communication by it and format the memo according to traditional memo format. Now, I want you to do it next Monday in front of me, and I'll, you know what, make it a short message for you to write. So I'm thinking about 100 and 200 words. Okay, so this is what I want from you when we meet next Monday. Now this unit 7, is relatively short. Okay, so next week when we see each other, I'm going to spend the time to talk about, there are some sections of Unit 7 that have not been discussed. And then we will also talk about Unit 6 and 8. If you still remember, we used the time for the midterm test last week regarding Unit 6. So I will go over some Unit 6 materials and Unit 8 materials with you on top of the remaining Unit 7 materials next Monday. So that's it for today, and I want to wish everyone a great weekend. See you. Bye-bye.